How you doing, Mr. Gabby? My name is Joe DeVille. Wanted to show you how I handled the assignment. Wanted to make a quick video to just give me a little explanation of how I came up with my three accounts. So my three accounts were Obsidian Entertainment, Riot Games, and Ubisoft. And it gave me about 285 companies. And from there, I created a prompt: find game development studios that meet the following criteria, are actively developing or have recently announced multiplayer games, use Unity as their primary game engine, have a team size between 10 and 200. I want to filter out AAA studios for right now because it seems that Hathora's sweet spot is mid-sized studios and indie. So I just kind of want to stick with that and have released a game or announced a project within the last 18 months. So that is the list that you just saw. Okay, that's this list. And then each one mentions if they're hiring for Unity developers, multiplayer game designers, and also the challenges that they've mentioned. So, player concurrency, cloud server management, and multiplayer, server scalability. I was surprised how many companies are having this issue. I didn't know this was that big of a pain point. It also, I made it list its latest project. And from here, I used a scoring system. So combined all of these things, which ones that fit all the criteria, which ones just stood out. This is the fit score. And what I did is just filter it on the fives. There had some companies that were just fives. And I was like, oh, wow. So I went against my second mind and just went straight for data. Didn't matter the size. These are the best companies that have objectives aligned with Hathora. So these are the three companies that I picked. This is the three companies I chose and why I chose them. So this is the criteria and the objective of the assignment. And I chose Riot Games, Ubisoft, and Obsidian Entertainment. So I picked Riot Games, obviously, because they have a lot of heavy usage. All the tournaments with Valorant. Valorant has quickly become one of the games that they hold 5 to 8 local tournaments weekly. There's always a Valorant tournament going on. So that plus the mention of challenges with deploying clusters to support Docker. They handle a lot of lag, latency, and DDoS attacks. And that's what Hathora is looking for. I picked Dave. Don't make me butcher his last name. But as we can see, he's the technical mastermind behind all of the server infrastructure. He is the driving force behind tackling like the complex issues and solving all the complex server problems. So Dave would just be maybe not the best decision maker, but as for me being an SDR, somebody I could get a meeting with that actually has a hands on who this affects directly. Second would be Ubisoft. As we know, they have had a slew of problems at Ubisoft. So, large scale server issues causing degradation of services. They are actively showing interest in improving. And then their active engagement with I3D further enhances their fit with Hathora. Just because of the problems, the size, and the need for the job postings and the need for multiplayer developers. So we're going to go with Kevin because Kevin oversaw the AWS migration. He's already publicly addressed the server scalability challenges during the X-Defiance launch. He currently leads a data-driven infrastructure optimization, leading the development of Star Wars Outlaws. But a lot of these people are based out of France. So I don't know how to kind of like approach prospecting. Like I don't know what's our territories or if we can prospect UK. But this guy's from Canada. So he seemed like a good choice. I know for sure he speaks English. Obsidian probably doesn't stand out to you guys, but they release a lot of MMO content. They have a big multiplayer focus And I just also wanted to pick them because they released some of my favorite games, like Knights of the Old Republic. But they have a lot of co-op, a lot of multiplayer, and they have a big budget. So, and Darren would be for my contact. He handled the server orchestration for Baldur's Gate, one of the best games ever, might I add. He manages the infrastructure budgets and the server hosting decisions, and he was a key player in Obsidian's shift to cloud-based solutions. If he was for the shift to cloud-based, then he would definitely be more receptive of taking a meet to hear about Hathora's offerings. So this is my first email to Dave for Valorant. Try to keep it short, keep it at 6th grade level. Don't want to get too technical jargon. Referencing Mountaintop Spectral Divide. Okay, mention the new launch for Tejo, who is a new character in Valorant. That when he launched, they had some spikes. I think they mentioned it in the article. Yeah. Short and sweet. Asking for just to connect. Kind of threw in like a joke right there. Try to be a little funny. I want to come across conversational. Last email. And I want to thank you guys for looking at my project.